Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today, I would like to do a Tier 7 American M41 Bulldog light tank game review and strategy on Sand River. Our M41 is outfitted with vent, camo net, and binocular. It is set up for what it is intended for, to get into the optimum location at the outset of the match, to relay enemy information back to team, not to YOLO our way into a dogfight. As such, our play will be a mix of aggressive and cautious. Aggressively spotting the enemy, but avoid trading shots with the enemy, unless it is safe for us. On this map, we know from the start, what the enemy will likely do. 1. Move north to G1 from the southwest spawn, in order to secure west flank. 2. Camp and snipe from K3 to K5, for the TDs and campers. 3. Aggressive spotter may move into F3, to secure visual advantage for the campers on the above two spots. 4. Campers on the F9 hill looking to defend the eastern flank, and to advance north along the 9 and 0 line if there is opportunity. For a scout, the location with the maximum view distance and concealment, which will convey advantage for our entire team, is the cliff around F4, F5, where it can spot and respond to all the locations mentioned above, and still be able to retreat to safety behind the cliff top, if spotted or shot at. In this game, avoid at all cost from moving to the mountains to the east. There is no advantage to be had by covering only one side of the map, unless the match is crowded with other light tanks in the spots that we wanted. Also, it takes too much time to get into the mountain, time by which the enemy will already have moved into their spots. We need to see the enemies early, in order to confer the advantage to our team. I am heading for the cliff, to spot the west flank. Resist any temptation to go closer. Our view range allows us to cover most of the west and south flank. There is no need to go any closer so that the enemy can spot us. Let our camo skill and camo net work for us. Our early scouting spot pays off. 3 enemy tanks are spotted at the limit of our view range. They cannot spot us because they have less view range, but we can spot them because they have no concealment. At this time we decide to kill one of them before they move behind cover. Don't shoot at the first tank that we see. Quickly make a choice that is smart, not impulsive. In this case we decide to shoot the M12 artillery, because we are confident we can kill it, or at least do major damage to it with our autoloader, before it can move back in cover. We choose not to engage the heavy tank or the medium tank, even though they were also exposed, because we can't guarantee a kill, or even reliably damage them by hitting the weak spot at this distance.
Enemy is hit.
Our smart choice pays
Enemy
off.
armor is hit.
M12 dies and we have
Enemy
the first
vehicle
kill of the
destroyed.
game. At this point, we check on the other tanks that are still in our view. Tiger 1 is a good choice at this point, so we don't even check on the enemy is to his right side, because we need to take advantage of the opportunity that is presented to us. Tiger 1 is aiming at another direction, and because he is entirely exposed on top of the hill, we can use our autoloader to keep him detract and exposed in place so that our team can kill him. It is smart to engage him right now, before he gets an opportunity to move back into cover.
Penetration.
Our sixth sense pops off, and we do not wait and gamble. That enemy won't shoot at us just so we can keep shooting at the Tiger 1. Our element of surprise is lost. We move back into cover to reset their view on us right away. Do not linger to shoot at the enemy, we don't have the armor to take hits. While moving back, we look around to regain awareness on the situation across the rest of the map. We do not tunnel vision on just the west flank. We can see that there are campers on the F9 cliff like we predicted. In this case, it is a comet, which is a medium tank with a good view range, who likely might have been the tank that spotted us. From behind concealment of a bush, and with a rock to cover us if we get shot at, we aim and gain better understanding of what is developing at the south. We can see that the comet is exposed and preoccupied with engaging our other teammates. We will use this opportunity to keep our autoloader busy. In order to win the game, we need to do as much damage as we can in the short 10 minutes of the match time. Also, we are in a safe location. Lastly, this is more important than going back up to spot the west flank at this time. Comet is an agile tank with good view range, and is very dangerous to us as a light tank. The sooner he is down, the safer we will be. The Comet ducks back into cover, and we have no direct line of sight to the T-37. Do not wait around for them to come back up just so we can take pot shots at them. Game time is short, and we need to stay busy to stay ahead of the enemy. In this case, our job is to spot and be the eyes, not to snipe enemy tanks, because it feels good to us. Our move pays off. We spot the eyes at G1 again, before our team moves toward that flank. This way at least they are prepared and not caught off guard. Is receives damage from our team, because of our spotting, before moving back into cover. We aimed at his track just in case we can reload in time to track him in place. However, is moved back before we finished reloading. We do not waste our ammunition at this time to shoot at his turret, which we cannot hope to penetrate at this distance. It is more important to keep our element of surprise and stay hidden while keeping him spotted. We check to make sure that we are concealed from both flanks. Stay aggressive. Our situation awareness tells us that our team is pushing forward on the south flank. The IS on the west flank is effectively pinned behind cover at G1. In order for us to stay helpful to our team, we also need to move. In this case we move south to see if we can spot any enemy tanks that we haven't seen yet on the southwest of the map. We didn't waste our shot and reveal our position for the heavy tank, because penetration cannot be guaranteed. However, we need to kill the exposed Hellcat, because we can damage and likely kill him. Right after he dies, we do not wait for our sixth sense to pop up, because it would take 2 to 3 seconds after being spotted before it does. We instinctively pull back to safety of our cover first. We waited for the IS to come all the way up, and aimed for the forward drive wheel in order to track it. Even though it wasn't tracked because of the lack of accuracy and alpha damage of our gun at this range, we still managed to penetrate it in the hull, where it doesn't have much armor compared to the turret. Note that we waited for the aiming circle to fully close before firing, even though the next round was already auto-loaded. It is good not to sacrifice accuracy, especially at this range when we need it. We penetrated with 3 shots, and pulled back into cover as soon as we were spotted. Again, do not get greedy and linger.
Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is hit. Penetration.
While pulling back, again we took a quick look at the map to gain situational awareness. We spotted right away an enemy T-71 is moving into our flank from south. It likely was this tank that spotted us, and like the Comet, it must be dealt with right away as a priority target, since it is agile, has good view range, is moving into our exposed flank, and is actually out in the open. We won't get another chance at this. We stopped to aim to get maximum accuracy, but in trade took a hit from these to the west. It was worth it, because the T-71 is dead, and we can easily reset our camouflage from the IS. We make a decision not to stay in the cliff, because our usefulness there is coming to an end. There were only 2 camping tanks to our west, the IS and the T-28 prototype, which we cannot pen if they stayed behind cover, and our team is gaining advantage on the east flank pushing south. We need to help the push by spotting other tanks that have not been seen, which could stop our push. Our relocation pays off right away. We spot an enemy T-43 with full health. He is entirely exposed and we take advantage of the situation right away. At this distance, with the full tank in view, we do not waste our time with fine aiming at a tank that we know we can penetrate. Instead, we auto-lock the T-43 and let the computer aim at his weak hull for us. However, he moves, and we can no longer trust proper hits with auto-aim. We do not tempt fate to keep shooting at him in an exposed position. We back off into cover to re-evaluate the situation. We see that a WZ-111 is only 250 meters away from us. And even though he is exposed, we do not move to engage him right away. He will see us at that range, even if we were to shoot from behind the bush on top of the cliff. We wait until his flank is completely flush to us, and aiming at our teammates, before we engage him from behind the bush. Note that I keep a rock between me and the T-43, that is also close by, and I move back into cover as soon as I am spotted, just like I predicted I would be. As long as we remain mobile, the longer we are alive, the more value we have to our team. Because the enemy knew where we were, and because there was a T-43 at close range, I do not stay around to play whack-a-mole with the T-43. I relocate to another spot to hopefully catch his flank. We missed our shot at him, and was not able to penetrate the T-28 prototype in his weak spot. We do not linger, the important fight is in the south, and the T-28 prototype is pinned anyways. We need to stay mobile and useful. T-43 is exposed. Again, tracking shots, in hopes that our teammates can take advantage of the situation. Unfortunately, our southern push lost momentum, and no one can take advantage of the detracked T-43 before we emptied our clip. We pull back to reload, just in case we were spotted. This is not good. With 3 minutes to go, we have not gained a decisive advantage in this match. If the enemy is not entirely annihilated, or if we do not capture the flag before the time is up, we will lose this game. Since we still have a majority of our health and a fully reloaded clip, it is time to make the agility of our tank work for us. The enemy T-43 decided to counterattack along our flank, and at this time, we cannot afford to lose any teammates with 3 minutes to go. We move to intercept him from the front, because another teammate's light tank, the 5K28.01, is behind him. This is flanking 101. Do not close in on the enemy from only one direction, that way your team can hit him when he is distracted and survive the fight. We kill the T-43 from the flank, and only from the flank. We do not do anything stupid, like ramming him, or face-hugging him, or trading shots from the front. We don't have the time. We wanted to move behind the Indian Panzer, to finish him off from behind where we have the advantage, because he has a weak hull, is on half health, and we still have 8 rounds in our clip. However, he has already shifted his attention to the east toward our approach. and damaged us as we came up. We back off. Indian Panzer has a decent rate of fire, is mostly behind cover, and there's no way we can get to him and kill him without getting killed. It is not worth the trade, and we need to be smart. We back off, and hope that our Centurion 1 or Super Persian will come from his other flank. Again, flanking 101, but instead this time we provide the distraction for our team. The Indian Panzer did not give chase, so we move up behind the dead hull of the Black Prince for an ambush. If the Indian Panzer backs off, we can shoot him in the rear hull. If he stays decisively engaged with our flanking teammates, we can close the distance and kill him. If he moves back to shoot at us again, we are behind solid cover, which maximizes the chance that he will not kill us, and we can distract him for our teammate. It is win, win, win. The unspoken but coordinated effort pays off. We both hit the Indian Panzer at the same time, and I was able to hit him for a satisfying flanking kill. But with 0:46 to go, there is no time to celebrate. It is time to pile into the cap and help with capturing. Our Lorraine 155 has moved to our north and can serve as a distraction for the remaining enemy tanks near him. We move to the cap and do not pause for anything. While we are in the cap, we know our role. We are there to capture, and it is important not to have our capture time reset at this point, or else we will lose the match. We stay close behind cover, do not knock down trees to give away our position, and do not stick our neck out to spot for incoming enemy. The time for spotting is gone, and if we get hit, we lose. We can see that Centurion does the same thing as us, giving us a close capture and winning the match. This was a very intense, non-stop 10 minutes for the entire match. The reward for our situation awareness and the use of all of our assets, our camouflage, spotting range, rate of fire, and mobility, is not only in winning the match, but being the decisive element in the win for our team. This is evident in the 25-22 top damage we did for our team, and more in assisted damage, both from detracting enemy tanks, as well as spotting enemy tanks for our teammates to hit. There is nothing more satisfying than playing your tank well, and knowing that you helped in deciding the outcome of a match, instead of relying solely on our teammates for the win, and blaming them for a lose. Remember, know the map, know your role in it, keep your eyes on the mini-map, don't tunnel vision on just one enemy, and stay alive to keep your gun singing. Good luck on all your matches.